Now we are talking about the Union Executive in the series of our Constitution. Today we are going to talk about nominating members to the House. How President nominate members to our houses, means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Though the main opposition of the two houses of parliament is though the main composition of the two houses of parliament is elective, either direct or indirect, the president has been given the power to nominate certain members to both the houses upon the supposition that adequate representation of certain interests will not be possible through the competitive system of election. Thus, in the Council of States, 12 members are to be nominated by the President from persons having special knowledge or practical experience of literature, science, arts and social service. Article 81. Second, the President is also empowered to nominate not more than 2 members to the House of the People from the Anglo-Indian community if he is of opinion that the Anglo-Indian community is not adequately represented in that house. Article 331. Laying reports etc. before Parliament. The President is brought into contact with Parliament also through his power and duty to cause certain reports and statements to be laid before Parliament so that Parliament may have the opportunity of taking action upon them. Thus, it is the duty of President to cause to be laid before Parliament the annual financial statement, budget and the supplementary statement, if any, the report of the Auditor General relating to the accounts of the Government of India, the recommendations made by the Finance Commission together with an explanatory memorandum of the action taken thereon, the report of the Union Public Service Commission explaining the reasons where any advice of the Commission has not been accepted, the report of the Special Officer for Scheduled Castes and Tribes, the report of the Commission on Backward Classes, the report of the Special Officer for Linguistic Memories. Previous sanction to legislation. The Constitution requires the previous sanction or recommendation of the President for introducing legislation on some matters, though of course the courts are debarred from invalidating any legislation on the ground that the previous sanction was not obtained. Where the President has eventually assented to the legislation, Article 255, these matters are a bill for the formation of new states or the alteration of boundaries etc. of existing states. Article 3, the exclusive power of recommending such legislation is given to the President in order to enable him to obtain the views of the affected states before initiating such legislation. A bill providing for any of the matters specified in Article 31A1 provision 1 to Article 31A1, a money bill, Article 117(1), a bill which would involve expenditure from the Consolidated Fund of India, even though it may not, strictly speaking, be a money bill. Article 117(3), a bill affecting taxation in which states are interested or affecting the principles laid down for distributing monies to the states or varying the meaning of expression of agriculture income for the purpose of taxation of income or imposing a surcharge for the purposes of the Union Chapter 1 of Part 12, Article 274(1). State bills imposing restrictions upon the freedom of trade, Article 304 proviso. Assent to legislation and veto, a veto over union legislation. A bill will not be an act of the Indian Parliament unless and until it receives the assent of the President. When a bill is presented to the President after its passage in both the houses of Parliament, the President shall be entitled to take any of the following 3 states. He may declare his assent to the bill, or he may declare that he withholds his assent to the bill, or he may in the case of bills other than the money bills, return the bill for reconsideration of the House with or without a message suggesting amendments. A money bill cannot be returned for reconsideration. In case of third of the bill is passed again by the both houses of parliament with or without amendment and again presented to the president, it would be obligatory upon him to declare his assent to it. Article 111. This is all about today's part of Union Executive in the series of our Constitution. Thanks, regards.